welcome everyone, local councillors and lots of members of the public to the Planning Committee of Sandwich Town Council. Item 1, apologies for absence received.
Yes, thank you, Chair. We have apologies from Councillor Colin Wiles and Mrs Summerhayes and Nikki Gordon.
Okay, thank you. Item 2, declarations of interest. To receive any declarations of disclosable pecuniary interest from members in business, respective business to be transacted on the agenda. Okay, thank you. Item 4. Item 3, minutes of the Planning Committee. To approve the minutes of the Planning Committee held on the 12th of July 2023 and to consider any matters arising from those minutes not covered elsewhere in this agenda.
Propose acceptance of the minutes.
3 seconds then. They're all in favour of that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Initials on the bottom.
Item 5. Oh, delegate the seats tonight.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to move? Yeah. Let's sit next to me.
Okay.
I've not got one, John.
No, I need to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Item 5, planning application. Application plans and...
Sorry, Councillor Macklin, public participation.
Oh yeah, okay, we'll begin with that. No, jump the gun there. No public participation. Item 5, planning applications. Application plans and papers can be viewed via the Dover District Council website. Planning application reference number 23/00922. Proposed installation of new rainwork kits to North East elevation, location 7 Bowling Street, Sandwich, CD 39 HA.
Recommend support, sorry. Yeah. Although there's no disposable pecuniary interest, Mr. Mayor, this is one of our neighbours, and what's happening is the water is running down from the roof as far as a large cat-slide roof, and it's overwhelming the gutter. It's been running down the wall and destroying the very ancient wall in Vicarage Lane.
Yeah.
So I think it would definitely improve things.
I went and had a look at that today actually, and if you look at where that 2-inch pipe worked, if you look, it looked like there was a larger diameter 3-inch pipe.
Yeah.
But someone years ago
It's
they changed the pipe, you can't cope
What
with
do these old people know?
Yeah, I'd like to second that proposal, and also say take the rainwater works back to like historic, so being cast iron and the original gauge that should be on there. So
It's probably one property originally, that's why the gutter runs into the other one.
exactly.
But it's made into 2 properties now, so it runs into the neighbours. Yeah, I think we'll strongly support this, don't we? All in
Yeah.
favour of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Any application reference 23/00593, proposed erection of a shed put over internal garden walls, replacement wall and trellis, retrospective location 16 New Street, Sandwich, CT 39 HE.
Oh yeah, this is sort of minor garden works really, isn't it? And from the diagrams, I wasn't able to get there from the diagrams, it shows that hardly any of it will be noticeable above the existing wall that is there. So I propose that we strongly recommend this.
Well,
It's not overly
It's an innocuous application, so that's second.
yeah, I was just going to say that we did have a planning application before that was refused, didn't we? Because there's been a garage knocked down, isn't there?
That's right, yeah.
The garage is knocked down,
Yeah,
but it does look nice all around this morning actually.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. And of course the planning application is just for the amendments that they want to put in place currently, so that's all we can vote on.
Yeah, yeah. All in favour of that then? Yeah, we support it if we continue. Planning application reference 23000176, proposed enabling works for removal of failed fabric for the interior of the listed building to facilitate the erection of structural scaffolding. Location 57 New Street, Sandhurst, CT 39. This is the line, isn't it?
I wanted to, I've written down here, yippee, because I wanted to shout out, wow, well done, yippee. If we don't strongly recommend this one, this is otherwise known as the Limes,
Yeah.
and of course it's for renewal or rebuilding of the roof.
Yeah.
But apparently, obviously, anybody that's seen the inside, on the inside, most of the insides have all decayed and fallen down,
Through,
so
yeah.
they've got to retrieve all the materials that have debris that have fallen out. So I propose to strongly recommend that this goes ahead as soon as possible, please.
Second that.
All in favour?
Oh, Mark's.
Yeah, after so many years of complaining about this property, when you see something that maybe enhance it, it'd be very foolish to say. Any objection whatsoever.
I've always thought that was the nicest private house in Sandhurst, that one. We've got the salutation, but that's totally entirely building, but that was beautiful building line. So all in favour, strongly support this.
Yeah.
Thank you. Application reference number 23/00420, amended application. Proposal of development comprising engineering and excavation work to facilitate the creation of a shallow artificial training lake for water sports activities associated with wider site. The change of use of the land to enable 23 pitches for tents and touring caravans and 7 static caravans, erection of single-storey facilities, building additional parking and drainage, location White Mills Way and Aqua Park, Ash Road, Sandwich, CT 39JB.
Can I ask what the amendment is? Because I can't remember the original plan for the static caravans. Because we did request on the last meeting we spoke about it, narrowing the number down to the minimum of none of
No statics, wasn't there?
no, it was no statics, or if not, a compromise of I think 3. I think it was not the allocated. What is it now? 7.
I think it was no statics was what you recommended.
Yes.
So what's our recommendation? Less, no static, less statics?
I recommend approval. However,
No
no statics.
No statics.
I'm sorry, I still have a problem with the idea of caravans turning into this area. I don't think it's really suitable as proposed for that kind of use.
Quite a wide entrance, isn't it? So it's got very wide entrance, a brand new entrance, isn't it?
It's a very narrow road.
Well, it's Lane Road. Councillor Carter?
Oh yeah, I was just going to say that our previous recommendation was for this to go ahead, but with conditions,
Yeah.
and we had down that there was no statics to be included in the application, that the IDB conditions needed to be addressed, so the conditions, the internal drainage wall
Yeah.
must be addressed. And finally, the other part of our recommendation last time was that the wildlife ponds were to be created but somewhere else on the site.
Yeah.
So that was what we'd said last time. Obviously we must be mindful that there's some in support, I think it was 5 support comments and 16 objection comments, so obviously we must recognise that they've been placed in. It takes people quite a lot of effort to put one comment in, so if people have gone through all that effort, we should consider what has been put forward in front of us.
I think a lot of that was comment was the noise, wasn't it? You know, when they had the events on, so perhaps there could be a limit that the noise, say, limited after 8 o'clock or something.
That's true, yeah, that'd be a good idea, yeah.
I went to visit the site shortly after the meeting we had where we discussed the earlier application. In particular to look at the trees, because there had been a note from Nicky Warden with regard to the tree cover, which supposedly stacked up alongside the main road, not the Ash Road, the bypass. And they sort of said that it was just basically tight. They're doing it on a shoestring. It doesn't look like it, but they are doing it on a shoestring. and also the wildlife pond and the potential encroachment from the campsite onto the wildlife pond. Now, what is clear if you go and visit, it's a vast site, and the wildlife pond area, there is still a huge amount of space where they're proposing to put it, and a significant gap, and then where they're proposing to put the country. So my personal view is that there's plenty of space for all.
Oh, yeah, I also had a meeting with the owner, and he said he has actually been in touch with Dover District Council about the planting, and he realised that obviously there's a number of objections to the planting, but as he said, he wasn't actually able to do them when he said he was able to do them, the planting season that has expired, but he's working with one of the officers at Dover District Council, and Dover District Council has accepted a new planting regime to actually put in the double width fencing and the sapling trees and all that sort of thing. So apparently Dover District Council are aware that this hasn't been done, but there is a programme put in place to undertake that, and he said it was just literally because of the planting season he wasn't able to do it at the same time. It is a family business, and they are just trying to run it, you know, as Councillor Mallet said, on a shoestring. So they will get round to doing the planting, and it's been agreed by DDC that the planting's been delayed but will be done.
Mr. Rep, next one.
So we're in agreement with Department of Statics and make sure all the extra planting's done, isn't it, and everything?
It is, yeah, that's most important, yeah, that's agreed with DDC.
I would say that this is one of the major entries into the town, and I think we do need to be very careful. I think a feeling about statics before was that there are other people with land along that road who will be only too happy to be moving statics in and saying you've allowed it there, so you can't pick on me and stop me from doing it.
That thing.
Which is very, very worrying
That's what
in the vicinity of the double height horse.
Yeah, John is spot on, because the owner of the Sands Leisure Park wanted to put statics on that land. It used to be the events field, didn't it, years ago, and it's changed so much in the space of the aspect of the landscape of the area, and I do believe he wants to put statics on that whole land with the old.
I don't think it's planning at the moment.
No, he's got. It was a few years ago. It was a few years ago.
To improve it, parking, I think we strongly support it, really. It's nice to get going ahead, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
the
yes,
aesthetics.
Yes, well, they've got the nationals.
Exactly.
Oh, they had the nationals.
Had one,
Yes.
that's a small issue, isn't it?
yeah, they're doing, that's why they're trying to bring in the ability to have camping on site, because when they have the national exhibitions on, they need to have facilities for all the competitors that are coming in. I mean, in a way, it's a world-class facility, literally on our doorstep.
Yeah.
So in a way, we're sort of really, really lucky to have it. But obviously, it's our duty to protect the residents that live in that area from any noise or unsightly views or any other issues that may occur like that. So
Sorry, Councillor Franklin, that proposal from you to support?
I think we're supporting it, aren't we?
Yeah, the proposal was from me.
Okay,
With the conditions that the statics are not.
No statics at all.
No statics
Yeah.
at all, no.
And the planting is.
yeah, can we have the conditions that we had last time, if that's okay, which was the no statics, the IDB conditions to be addressed, and the wildlife ponds to be created somewhere else on the site.
And the noise in the evenings, and it needs.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
beg your pardon, yeah.
At 8 o'clock or something.
And any music to be curtailed from 8 PM.
Muted.
Thank you.
I think we might have the speakers just the wrong way around. If they aim at the town, you know what I mean? You just turn the speakers around the other way, so it's like.
It's like with the
Yeah.
cricket club. I can hear the cricket club music from where I am over in Ashborough.
Yeah.
Wow.
Clearly, very clearly.
So open. Okay.
Sorry, that was proposed by Councillor Marie. Second by Councillor. Yeah.
So we're all in favour of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we are. Yeah.
I was saying,
Thank you.
Martin's abstaining.
Okay. Planning application with reference number 23/00948, proposed installation of 4 mechanical extract ducts to roof location, Flory Chain House, Spitfire Way, Discovery Park, Sandwich.
Recommend strong support.
I'll second
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for industrial reasons, so it's.
Yeah, no, it's out of the area. It's in the industrial estate. So yeah.
Okay. Bill is supporting that, I think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Item 6, planning decisions. To receive and note latest decisions taken by Dover District Council on new planning applications.
Note the decisions.
Yeah, no,
Second.
okay, second it. We all in favour, be noted? Councillor Ward, did you want to say something?
Wanted to mention that marketplace surgery, because there is a complaint, an ongoing complaint about low level noise in Mosol.
That's correct.
Residents.
We have the air conditioning thing, fusion unit.
That does need to be looked into.
So, yeah. I was told Councillor Morehouse that Dover District Council got back to me on that, because obviously I registered the complaint on behalf of the lady that we visited, and they said that my complaint had been closed because of the application that's gone through. They said the works to reduce the noise was a part of the planning application, so they've closed the complaint down now. But we'd need to revisit.
Need to get an update from the resident.
We will do, yeah.
Item 7, street furniture applications. Receive and consider any application made to DDC in relation to a street furniture consent application under Government Act Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1982. Local Government Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1982, street furniture consent. Dover District Council, in pursuit of the provisions of the Highway Act 1918, Section 15, hereby gives notice that an application to place tables and chairs on the highway at the location detailed below has been received. Furniture 12 tables, 38 chairs, time is 9 till 6 o'clock each day, location Guildhall Falkirk outside the sandwich shop, 15A Cattle Market.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I fully support this application. With the new Guildhall forecourt now completed, the whole idea of having some form of cafe culture within the square is what was part of the original plans. They have already have chairs and tables out at the moment. They are a very, very small sandwich shop. It's a very small building inside, especially in the summer months. It's good to have seating outside. So and the money they make does go back into the town for events etc. So I fully support this application.
About the actual place, they wasn't being on like the footpath.
So
They used to come forward.
yeah, so
I think the market day actually.
Yeah, so I do believe that the way the new layout is, so the ancient highway is to remain clear at all times.
Yeah.
And the other part is purely for chairs and tables up to the tree line, and then from the tree line to the cobbles stays clear for the market and events etc. But the rest of it is purely that area. Even Costa are supposed to have their chairs and tables out in the area, not by their windows. But that's another discussion. But yeah, but I'll recommend approval for that.
Yeah, I'll support it as well.
No, I was going to say I think it's too many. I think it's, you know, as Councillor Maria has said, they have had tables and chairs out there before, but nowhere near as many as this.
No.
And I just, from my point of view, I just don't want the new forecourt flooded with tables, because there's going to be 38 chairs and 12 tables, which is going to take up quite a sizable amount of the forecourt in that area. So I would much rather have seen something like 8 tables and say 28 chairs or something like that. I think it's going to flood that part of the forecourt.
When you think of it, there's 40 chairs to a table, it's a lot of room, isn't it? Double row.
It's going to take up quite a lot because they're double road, as you said. And the problem is we're setting for the new Guildhall forecourt a precedent on
Yeah.
this one, because this is the first application that's come in on the new forecourt. So if you grant 38 chairs and 12 tables for the sandwich shop, have we got to do likewise for the Market Inn, the Mermaid's Locker, Costa Coffee, and quite possibly even the Fleur de Lis? In which case the forecourt could be awash with tables and chairs, couldn't it? I don't want to be alarmist, but I want it to look nice.
How many tables would you like to see?
So I said I would prefer to have 8 tables and say 28 chairs, something like that.
I do believe there is 8 tables. I can't be quoted, but
I think that's what they've got currently.
yes, they have. Councillor.
Yeah, so that's
Sorry,
what
Mr. Mayor.
I would prefer to see myself. So it just seems sensible.
I believe, yeah, but there's not as many chairs, so some of the tables have just got 2 chairs.
Indeed.
So I think 4 tables have got 2 chairs. The other rest of the 4 have got 4 chairs between
Yeah.
them. So 2 chairs, 4 chairs, yeah.
I'm quite happy to have 4 chairs per table.
3 tables.
For 8 tables, yeah.
32 chairs then.
Yeah, 32, yeah.
36 chairs less than me.
It's just 12 tables, it just seems too much to me. It's just
Any other thoughts? Do you think we should go for 8 tables?
that's what I prefer if nobody's already agreed. And then we can give 8 to all the others.
I'm happy to amend it to 8 tables. However, it will go to BBC, and it'll be obviously BBC's
decisions.
wholeheartedly. So the other thing that's been mentioned, if I can make the town clerk, is the fact of a rent for the square for these chairs and tables to be allocated, because a lot of people have been asking regarding Costa paying a rent to Sandwich Town Council for the use of the square, because it is technically our land. So that might need to be brought in as well, to have a discussion about that as well. I'm not trying to single people out, I'm saying as a whole, this council needs to make money to pay for the loan that we've required, so yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally agree with what Councillor Rose just said.
Terrace out, yeah.
Just to say that I have had conversations already with Dover District Council officers, licensing and the principal valuer. So that is being investigated at the moment, because we do want to ensure that we can, as you say, get the income, and it's not all going to be swallowed by the licensing team giving out the licenses.
That's exactly that, yeah.
Excellent.
So we've got a recommendation of 8 tables and 32 chairs, isn't it?
That's correct,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be
I
fine.
wanted to explore the possibility of having like a trial. So say 3 months to see how that works, and if that doesn't work, then come bring it back and review it.
Got 12 tables. What we just announced.
Well, because the event season is almost over, so we've only got the Sandwich Festival to go, and then a lights in December. There's a possibility of them making revenue that we expel back into the town, as Councillor Marie alludes to.
Yeah. I think it's
Nice.
CIC, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So the money that's raised, sorry, Councillor, the money that's raised from the sandwich shop goes to events and organisations within the town. So the money that's made there purely goes back to the town.
Just council go.
Yeah, just wanted to reiterate, once we say 12 for sandwich shop, we've then got to agree 12 for everybody else that applies, because you've got to have a rule for
This
everybody.
is for a 3-month period, trial period. Through the
I've
summer.
never heard of a trial period happening before.
Yeah, I think this is a licence, and I'm not convinced that you can do anything for a trial. I think once the licence granted,
It's- yeah.
that's set in stone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
8 tables and.
Doesn't count.
Yeah.
I wouldn't accept that we would need to agree to any application which came forward. For instance, the Fleur de Lis is quite well removed from the forecourt. I agree that the premises directly adjoining the forecourt would in principle have our agreement to have tables outside. Whether they would all want this many, I don't know.
No.
But I think it's true that you can always increase the prices, but you can't reduce it.
Exactly, that's correct. Yeah, I'm afraid.
Got a proposal of Councillor Carter that it's 8 tables, 4 chairs per table. Okay, who's seconding that? Okay, well, strong approval, don't we? All in favour of it? Yeah. So item 9, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Item 9, enforcement. To consider any enforcement notices and issues received from Dover District Council. Please note, none to consider at the time of issuing this agenda. So, we've got any enforcement. Item 10, correspondence. To receive and consider correspondence relating to planning matters, including notification of appeals against refusal of planning application, update on the plans for sealing the Great Grid upgrade Suffolk to Kent, notice of formal consultation in October and December 2023, members to note the details. Attachment 2.
Propose noting the Great Sea Link, which will increase the ability to transfer electricity between different parts of the country.
Second that.
Yeah. All in favour of that? We know the details. Thank you.
Can I ask about the Whitefriars application? I continue to get approaches from residents who I think are quite rightly very worried about this going ahead. I know we have the appeal going to planning officer in, I think, November, isn't it? But is there any other action which we can envisage?
I do believe there's an email thread this morning, wasn't there?
Yes, yes. So Councillor Friend did come and speak to me this morning about this appeal. There is a deadline of tomorrow or the day after, which clearly we can't do anything about because the planning agenda will already been published. But the objection that the Town Council did put in, I think it was November 2021, I did bring that with me, which I've sent to you all today, so hopefully you've had an opportunity to read it. Basically, all those comments will be fed into the planning inspector. So all the objections and comments that were raised by this Town Council will all go to the planning inspector and be part of the appeal process. So I've had that confirmed today by the Dover District Council Planning Officer.
Thank you.
Yeah, do you think Councillor Others is intended to speak? If she can.
Yeah, I've applied as well to attend and speak as
Could
well.
I ask if, because the deadline is tomorrow, the day after, is it Friday? And we obviously we can't speak about the agenda. Can all of us make our own personal objections on the appeal process?
So yes, there is an opportunity on the Dover District Council website. You can follow the portal and it will give you the link, and you have the opportunity, and people do have the opportunity to request to speak as well.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll do them at verbal update. Have you got verbal update?
Councillor Friend was just talking about this appeal.
Okay, right, yeah. Okay. Item 12, date of next planning committee meeting, 13th of September 2023. Okay. Thank you all for your attendance. And, I hope our